I would have thought, and I gotta own it, that that these tariffs were going to fucking sink this economy by this time, and they didn't. So, how do we deal?
Bill Maher, once a favorite of the liberal elite and a proud voice in the anti-Trump chorus, just stunned everyone. He didn't just challenge the left, he called them out, defended Trump, and tore through the progressive narrative that's been carefully crafted for years. So, what's really happening here? Is Maher finally waking up to the delusions of the modern left? Or are we seeing the start of something bigger? A wave of liberals realizing their own side has become exactly what they used.
At the beginning, by the 4th of July, somebody had to think how the economy was going to be tanked by then. And I was kind of like, well, that seems right to me. But that didn't happen.
Let's hit pause for a second and give Bill Maher his due, because this kind of honesty is basically extinct on the modern left. Maher didn't sugarcoat it. He came right out and said what the media refuses to admit. The economy under Trump wasn't the disaster CNN and MSNBC swore it would be. Remember the so-called experts who lost their minds over Trump's tariffs? They were predicting economic Armageddon like it was a sure thing. But when none of that happened, when the economy held strong, they didn't walk it back. Not one bit. No credit, no accountability. Instead, they shifted the narrative and hoped no one would notice. But Maher noticed. And he said it out loud. That's what makes this moment so important. He didn't just challenge a bad take, he exposed the rot.
That's reality. So let's work first from the reality of that, not from I just hate Donald Trump. Because that's boring and doesn't get us anywhere and leads you to dishonesty.
And there it is, the smoking gun. Bill Maher just said the quiet part out loud. The left isn't just losing because of bad strategy. They're losing because they've become addicted to dishonesty. This isn't about policy anymore. It's about bending reality to fit a narrative, even if it means cheering for America to fail under Trump just so they can say, told you so. Working class Americans? Just collateral damage in their political game. This isn't politics, it's pathological. What makes it even worse is their smug detachment from the very people they claim to represent. When Bill Maher, a lifelong liberal, is the one calling you out for being disingenuous, you know you've completely gone off the rails. This should be a wake-up call for a party that's been hitting snooze for far too long. The American people...
But look, your shot doing nothing, not engaging, has zero chance.
Yeah.
Mine, this guy, I'm telling you, I know this cat a lot better than I did before. He's a people person. He talks to people. You have to keep the lines open. The stupidest thing the left does, and this dinner is a perfect example of it, is having this attitude toward the right that we won't even break bread with you. Yeah. We are so far above you that we won't even sit down at the same table.
You want to know why the left is spiraling? Arrogance. That smug, sanctimonious, we-know-better-than-you attitude that alienates anyone outside the coastal elite bubble. Bill Maher's warning is clear. If you write off Trump voters, you're writing off half the country. Full stop. But the left doesn't seem to care. They are not chasing unity, they are demanding obedience. From their ivory towers, they honestly believe that demonizing Trump supporters makes them morally superior. Newsflash, it makes them look unhinged. These aren't comic book villains, they are Americans. With jobs, families, and real concerns. You don't win hearts and minds by spitting in their faces. Maher gets it. He sees the collapse of civil discourse and is sounding the alarm. If Democrats keep...
I'm glad I break bread, and by that what makes them hate the left so much. They think that they're deplorables. We're deplorables, and you won't even sit down to dinner with us. Well, good luck. See how far that gets you.
This one hits on a personal level. Maher isn't just commenting on politics, he's speaking from lived experience. The man had the nerve to sit down for a meal with Trump, and suddenly he was branded a traitor. Just like that, he became a pariah for daring to engage with someone outside the liberal echo chamber. The backlash? Immediate and vicious. But Maher didn't flinch. He stood his ground, and rightly so. Because the modern left doesn't seek understanding, it demands conformity. You're either fully on board, or you're cast out as deplorable. And that's the tragic irony. This rigid intolerance is exactly what's driving voters away. Americans are exhausted, tired of being lectured, tired of being labeled. And Maher? He's exhausted too. Exhausted from pretending that basic civility is some kind of betrayal.
Ratings. Whoa. Woof. I mean, my God. You know, we mentioned CNN. We had that poll come out a little while ago on their net favorable rating. They were 26 points underwater. You think that's low enough? How about we go even lower? We'll go to this side of the screen. I'm going to walk over here. We go to the Wall Street Journal. Minus 30 points. 30 points.